As we gear up for the high school football season, we're continuing our BGC previews with one of the newer programs in town, the Pieper Warriors. Led by head coach Nick Rogers, the Warriors went 2-8 overall last season. It was their first varsity campaign, and they finished 2-4 in District 13 5A Division II. The Warriors have 22 starters coming back, 11 on each side of the ball. Dave Campbell's Texas Football predicts they'll secure the fourth and final playoff spot this season. On top of all of that, this year marks the first senior class, and those players are pumped and ready to leave their mark.
It's a weird feeling knowing that you're the top of the class. I mean, we're seniors now. It's our last year to do anything. We really got to make it a big year for us, and we've got a lot of traditions going on at the school. Like, we're starting to paint our parking spots, and we got all types of stuff planned out for the year. We're just trying to set traditions and set standards that we want to have go on for the rest of Pieper's history.
It's a great feeling. I'm excited to really lead the younger groups in the classes and really show them what Pieper football is all about. You know, just bring a lot of traditions this year and hopefully start them off for years to come.
Feels great. It looks more like it's supposed to look, having these seniors. So it's been challenging the last 2 years, opening with 9th and 10th graders, and then playing our first varsity season last year with no seniors, you know, and half of a junior class, if you will. So they faced a lot of adversity. The thing that I'll say about our kids is that they know how to battle, they compete, and so we're really excited to see what they do this year.
Pieper will open the season on the road at Leander Glen Friday, August 25th at 7 p.m.
A recall alert involving dehumidifiers. The U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission says the products could be dangerous and create a fire hazard. What products are part of the recall in the next half hour? More than 104,000 Americans are on the national organ transplant waiting list, according to federal health officials. And every day, 17 people will die without the organ they need. That's why scientists are working to find an alternative to traditional organ transplantation. CNN's Mandy Gaither has more on a procedure involving pig organs that some believe may pave the way for the future of transplantation.
It's being called the latest milestone toward a new way to transplant organs. A genetically engineered kidney from a pig was put into a human who donated his body to science.
The pig kidney appears to replace all of the important tasks that the human kidney manages.
Surgeons at NYU Langone Health say the pig kidney continues to function well after 32 days. It was transplanted into a man declared brain dead, but a ventilator keeps his heart beating. The hospital says it's the longest period that a gene-edited pig kidney has functioned in a human.
The 1-month kidney biopsies and kidney tests show no evidence of rejection and normal renal function and clearance of toxins.
The pig's thymus, a small gland that helps the immune system fight disease, was also transplanted to help protect the kidneys from being rejected by the human immune system. Researchers say more work is needed, including studies in living human organ recipients, to establish whether pig kidney transplants could be a bridge or destination therapy for people with end-stage kidney disease.
We're gaining critical evidence about how well pig kidneys work in the human environment. Hopefully this also gives some assurance to the FDA regarding the safety of initiating phase 1 clinical trials.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Researchers from the University of Alabama, Birmingham are also studying the use of non-human tissues to treat medical conditions in humans. In a research letter published in JAMA Surgery, they found transplanted gene-edited pig kidneys could not only produce urine but sustain kidney function.
All right, COVID-19 cases are on the rise here in San Antonio, but it's happening around the country as well. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says COVID-19 hospitalizations have been climbing since early July. The Chicago Department of Public Health says it's seen roughly 72 cases per day within the last week. That's a 4% hike from the week before. Now, health officials say although COVID-19 hospitalization rates are at a high not seen since April, they're much lower than before. Although U.S. cases have dropped significantly since the peak of the pandemic, health officials are advising people to be cautious and fully vaccinated. A new poll shows Americans put COVID-19 at the bottom of their list of the key public health threats. Those surveys said opiates, obesity, and guns are the leading threats to public health. And according to the latest Axios Ipsos American Health Index, COVID-19 was at the bottom of the list. The poll showed the public is split in its concern about the recent rise in COVID-19 cases, but it wasn't driving changes in mask wearing or testing. 82% of those surveyed said they haven't taken a home COVID-19 test in the past week. That matches up with the findings from February and May. Now, the number of adults who reported wearing a mask in public at all, at any time or sometimes, continue to decline.
A federal appeals court ruled to restrict the abortion medication mifepristone. The decision wipes away a lower court's ruling that would have taken it off the market completely. Mifepristone is one of the drugs used to induce a so-called medical abortion. The court found the federal government did not follow the proper process when it loosened regulations on it in 2016. Specifically, it was not lawful to allow the drug to be taken later in pregnancy, mailed directly to patients, or prescribed by healthcare workers other than doctors. In reality, the decision won't change the availability of mifepristone in the short term. That's because an earlier Supreme Court decision guarantees its availability.
Chinese home appliance manufacturer Gree is recalling more than 1.5 million dehumidifiers. The U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission says there have been 23 reports of the appliances catching on fire. Now, consumers have also reported nearly 700 overheating incidents and $168,000 in property damage. 42 models are included in the recall. They were manufactured between January 2011 and February 2014 under numerous brand names, including Kenmore, GE, Solias, Air, Norpol, and Seabreeze. Anyone with a recalled dehumidifier should unplug it immediately and contact Gree for a refund.
And a look outside with live cam. 99 degrees, and it's only going to get hotter.
It's just going to get hotter this afternoon. Yeah, you can see we've got plenty of sunshine outside. That is still going to be the theme for most of us this afternoon. Another triple-digit day on tap here for San Antonio. And again, we're going to continue that trend over the next few days, but then maybe see a little bit of a break early next week if we can find some of that tropical moisture in our neck of the woods, which could translate to a few slightly better rain chances. But first, let's talk about that heat. Get you a look outside. With those current temperatures, 100 degrees already in places like Pleasanton, stretching down to Cotulla, already 102 out west in Eagle Pass. Del Rio, close to it, 99. It's currently 95 in Rock Springs, 99 out east in Gonzales as well. If you're stepping out later on this afternoon to pick up the kids from school, do know that yes, it is going to be very hot out there. 107, that forecast high here in San Antonio by 5 o'clock. And then stepping out for any Thursday evening plans, we'll see those temperatures gradually fall into the low 100s by about 7 to 8 p.m. and then into the 90s later on this evening. By the way, today will make for the 52nd triple-digit day that we've seen so far this year, currently in the 4th highest spot for the highest number of triple-digit days that we've seen in a given year. We're just going to tack on to that, though, as we head into our Friday. 105 could potentially tie the record for tomorrow as well. And then, yes, maybe trending down by a degree or two, especially by the back half of the weekend and into early next week. So we're going to talk about the potential changes headed our way in more depth coming up in just a bit, as well as get you to look at the latest drought monitor that was released earlier this morning. We'll have all that for you in just a few.
Thank you, Mia. Now, as gas prices hit 10-month highs, Citigroup is warning that major hurricanes could massively disrupt supplies. According to AAA, gas prices climbed to an average of $3.88 a gallon across the country today. That's a 31-cent increase from just a month ago. The summer gas price spike has been driven by a combination of easing recession fears, production cuts by Russia and Saudi Arabia, and extreme heat. But that same heat could worsen hurricanes and further disrupt supply. Citi says, quote, 2 Category 3 or higher hurricanes landing on U.S. shores could massively disrupt supplies for not weeks, but months.
And now to the recovery efforts on Maui. We saw from the start how the community banded together in the wake of devastation. ABC's Pieper Warriors, who is from Maui, has more on the incredible stories of how people are jumping in to help their neighbors.
From the first wisp of smoke, the people of Maui reached out to help each other. Strangers helping each other through the fire. And when the flames were extinguished and the extent of devastation in Lahaina revealed, Maui stunned, heartbroken, but committed to the next phase of help.
How many vehicles?
Tiare Lawrence and the Hawaiian Canoe Club creating a convoy of supplies, including some of Tiare's family members from Lahaina, just evacuated.
They lost everything. Through it all, we're going to go out and make sure our family's okay and deliver goods to everybody. But thank you so much, you guys. I really, really appreciate all the aloha.
Groups all across the island mobilizing supplies, gas, water. I head out with Mauians delivering food and water to the impacted neighborhoods north of Lahaina, where evacuees are being housed, even though they have no electricity. We find ad hoc distribution centers being staffed by residents and firefighters from Maui and other islands. Down on the beach in Kahana, the necessities.
That's the other boat coming in.
Much of it coming in by boat from the island across the channel.
Water, clothes, baby formula, diapers. It's all been boated in from Molokai, which is right across the channel here. You know they were coming? I just made one call. You made one call, and Molokai just showed up. They all showed up.
The contrast here, so extreme. The beauty of the place and the beauty of this community coming together in the face of an unspeakable disaster that will forever change Maui.
Another milestone for the Barbie movie, how its ever-growing fan base pushed to reach new heights and dethrone an iconic superhero.
And it's a must in Texas, adding a Buc-ee's stop to your road trip itinerary to grab some snacks. Now a company wants to turn that into a job. Details after the break. All right, welcome back, folks. You know, Tiffany, something that you and I are always ready for. It's a little fiesta, and it's never too early for some fiesta, and we're already getting into the spirit of the season with this, the official artwork that will be displayed on the next year's Fiesta Flambeau poster.
The theme for 2024, Latza Loteria. The Parade Association actually picked two winners last night. Victoria Lada's piece features the Alamo and several other San Antonio landmarks, and Rochelle Sauer. Her creation featured a glittery shoe. Rochelle actually won last year as well. The winners will have their colorful artwork featured in several places.
It'll be our poster, it'll be on our hats, our shirts, and one of our emblems, one of our medals for the 2024 parade.
And speaking of that parade, it'll take place on April 27th, 2024. More than 700,000 people are expected to attend, and you can, of course, watch it live right here on KSAT12.
And if your favorite part about a road trip is the snacks, this might be the job for you. Finance Buzz is looking to pay someone $1,000 to sample 25 popular snacks at Buc-ee's.
Not a bad gig. This includes the roadside stops famous beaver nuggets, homemade Oreo fudge, hippo tacos, and lemon crisps. You'll have to document your experience through written reviews and photographs. Finance Buzz will also pay $250 to cover the cost of snacks and merchandise.
If interested, apply on the Finance Buzz website.
It's still a Barbie world at the box office. Barbie has now topped The Dark Knight to become Warner Brothers' biggest movie ever at the American box office.
The movie about the iconic doll has made over $537.4 million at the U.S. box office since its July 21st opening. Director Christopher Nolan's Batman blockbuster The Dark Knight brought $536 million. Barbie has also crossed the $1.2 billion mark globally.
Only about 50 films in history have hit the billion-dollar milestone. This also means Greta Gerwig is the highest-grossing woman movie director in history.
Amazing. How about Barbie meteorology? Okay.
That would be cool. I'm still thinking about the beaver nuggets game too. Are you kidding me? That's one of my favorite parts about road trips, that's for sure. All right, so you can see outside that we have plenty of sun, and we know that it is going to be very hot out there this afternoon. So when you combine those conditions together, our air quality today has been marked in the unhealthy for sensitive groups, which essentially means that for most of the general public, we likely won't have any issues. But for those with unusually sensitive respiratory systems, maybe finding a few issues due to slightly higher concentrations of ozone later on this afternoon. So that's just something to keep in mind. Again, coming up, we're going to talk about the triple-digit heat that continues, but the potential for some changes early next week after the break.
Welcome back. We need rain.
Absolutely. And we were talking about this on the break. We even have a candle lit at home praying for rain. We need it.
We certainly do. And in fact, so we got the latest drought monitor that was released earlier this morning, and it is essentially showing just that. We actually have worsening drought conditions, probably to nobody's surprise, because of the lack of rainfall over the past several weeks. So take a look at this. This is last week's drought monitor update. As of August 8th, I want you to pay attention to the severe drought, which is that darker orange color, and then the brighter red, that extreme drought. I'm going to slowly fade on here this week's drought monitor update, and you can see how far southward those two categories of drought have actually expanded. Now we have extreme drought in place across all of Bexar County, even some exceptional drought across the northwestern portions of the county up into the hill country, and that severe drought has now been placed across a good portion of the coastal plains. Now it has been over 700 days, consecutive days, that some part of the KSAT12 viewing area has been in drought. The last time we were drought free, early September of 2021. We're actually closing in on 710 days. So we are nearing that 2-year mark of at least some drought classification across our region. And because things are so dry, like what we've been having to contend with over the past couple of weeks as well, fire danger is still going to be elevated today and over the next several days. This is the latest in from the Texas A&M Forest Service. We've got high to very high fire danger conditions in place. So here are more of those safety tips to remember. No campfires or burn piles. Avoid using tools that could create sparks, especially welding. Dispose of cigarettes properly. Don't drag trailer chains behind vehicles. And speaking of vehicles, don't park recently driven vehicles on that dry grass. Let's all do our part here as these hot and dry conditions continue on into the weekend. But we do have the potential early next week to find some tropical moisture work into at least parts of south central Texas. And if we can find that, it still is an if for most of us right now, we could find some isolated to widely scattered showers and storms work their way in, especially by Tuesday and Wednesday. So here's that high pressure system, our heat high that is still in control into Saturday, into Sunday. But as it starts to work its way farther off to the north, especially by Tuesday and Wednesday, that could open the door for that Gulf tropical wave to work its way westward. And depending on exactly where it tracks, could slingshot some of that tropical moisture into our neck of the woods. And yes, maybe we will be able to find a few showers and storms out there on the radar. Still a lot to fine tune with that though. So I do encourage you to check back in on the forecast as we get that better data in the days ahead. But of course, until then, it is going to be another very hot day. I don't think it's 118 right now in Divine, but it probably is still pretty hot, closing in on that century mark. 97 at SA International, 100 though in New Braunfels. Here's your KSAT 12-hour forecast throughout the remainder of the day. 107, that forecast high here in town, and then we'll see those thermometers drop off into the 90s later on tonight. Moving forward, yes, we are still in it when it comes to the triple-digit temperatures this weekend. Definitely stay hydrated and be careful out there in this heat, and then continue to check back in on the potential for some rain chances to return into early next week. All right, we're going to take a step aside and we'll be right back after the break.
All right, welcome back. We're getting ready for the KSAT Pigskin Classic, and we have some special guests over at SA Live, guests from Jefferson High School.
And the best pizza in San Antonio, according to some voters, it's all out there on Market Square. And Fiona and Jen, I had some time to think about my movie, and it's A Walk to Remember with Mandy Moore.
Oh, that's a tearjerker. That's a good one too, Tiffany. That is a good one.
Yeah, you know what won't bring you to tears though? The best pizza in town.
That's right. Angus Stanfield with Matanga's is here, and I hear you have a new flavor.
That's right. We're turning up the heat with all things green chili today.
And they're definitely thinking inside the box. They have some fun new additions we're going to share and how they're giving back to schools. Speaking of schools.
All right, we want to know, what's your favorite high school movie? Let us know at SA Live KSAT on Facebook and Twitter, and you might see your answer in the show. You can just scan that QR code right there and weigh in as well.
There's a lot of good ones. All right, and the school spirit, we're turning that up as well. The Jefferson Lassos, a lot of history there, and we get a special performance.
Plus, fashion made easy for everyone. A local designer is breaking down couture looks to fit your budget.
Yes, you might be surprised by some of her fashion tips as well. And I hope you're thirsty because we've got some whiskey drinks.
Yes, cheers to whiskey business. We're showing off 3 fabulous whiskey cocktails today. All that and more when SA Live continues in just a few.